Trey Evans. Ever wanted to go to a city full of history and wonder? A city full of unique experiences? Well, Amsterdam is an amazing place to experience all these things. Amsterdam has many aspects to make it one of the top tourist destinations in the world. The city of Amsterdam is full of history and rich culture and an endless list of things to do. I personally have dual citizenship of here in the Netherlands, so I've been to Amsterdam many times in my life. I also think Amsterdam is a place to go at least once in your lifetime. To get a better understanding of Amsterdam, I'm going to first talk about the city's history. Amsterdam has a long line of history starting in the 1200s. According to the History of Amsterdam written in 2003, Amsterdam first started out as a fishing village and grew around a dam on the Amstel River. This is how Amsterdam received its name. In the 15th century, Amsterdam began to quickly change and advance to start the Golden Age. During the Golden Age, Amsterdam was the staple market of the world. This also was a time for urbanization, and many buildings that were built then are still standing and now have historical value. The Golden Age came to an end with the French and English attacking the Netherlands at the same time. But after the attack ceased, the city once again became prosperous and the financial center of Europe. During the years 1795 to 1813, Amsterdam experienced financial hardship greatly due to the economic depression, and the government of the aristocratic oligarchies was dethroned. But after 1813, the economy in Amsterdam started to recover and their population started to increase, as well as their wealth. Big physical changes started to happen in Amsterdam starting in the late 1800s, but didn't stop there. New canals were built along with new docks, new warehouses were being put along with canals, warehouses and neighborhoods were being built along with the new railroad station. Even though World War II happened after this time, it didn't have major effects on Amsterdam. Therefore, the population still grew along with physical improvements. This is a map of Amsterdam in the 1800s. And then this is a map of present day. And as you can see, there are new canals, new buildings, and just overall new improvements. Along with the history came diverse culture. Amsterdam's culture is very diverse, with people from many different backgrounds. And there are also many differences between Amsterdam and America. According to Amsterdam, How Amsterdam Became Home to 180 Nationalities, written by Russell Shorter in 2016, there are over 180 nationalities in Amsterdam. Shorter says Amsterdam became the melting pot of Europe between the 1500s and 1600s. There was a rising population also in this time. This is because of the discovered gold to be mined if you're trying to escape financial turmoil in Belgium or trying to find employment in the growing city. Another point about Amsterdam's culture is the different customs and language they speak in Amsterdam. Even though there are popular language spoken in Amsterdam, the most widely spoken is Dutch. A custom that is practiced a lot in Amsterdam but not in America is when you greet someone, you kiss them 3 times on the cheek starting with the left. It is equivalent to a handshake in the United States. Even though Amsterdam has a great history and amazing culture, Amsterdam has many enjoyable things to do. Amsterdam is a huge tourist attraction, especially if you're already in the Netherlands. According to the U.S. News titled Best Things to Do in Amsterdam, published in 2019, one of the most famous tourist attractions is the Anne Frank House. This is the house outside, and as you can see, the line is already starting to pile up. And then this is inside, and this is the bookshelf that moved in front of their room, and as you can see, someone's walking behind it. It is a very emotional but interesting place to go and see. This is where Anne Frank literally wrote her diary and hid from the Nazis with her family. Another top attraction is the 9 streets. These are pictures of the streets and all the shops. According to the article published in 2019, written by Jane Maber, titled 50 Best Things to Do in Amsterdam, is one of the most popular shopping streets in Amsterdam and has as many as 200 shops, whether they are high-end or vintage. Another must thing to do in Amsterdam is the Canal Boat Tour, according to Top 20 Things to Do in Amsterdam, published in 2019. The canals have been around for centuries, and by doing this, you'd see a lot of the city while learning many fascinating facts. These activities mentioned above are just the tip of the iceberg. The possibilities are endless. As you can see, the city of Amsterdam offers an experience like no other. It gives you incredible history, unique culture, and a copious amount of fun. So when planning your next trip, make sure to keep Amsterdam in mind. Thank you. Any questions?
Can you recommend any specific food that we can get?
I would say pancakes. Now they're not like traditional American pancakes. They are a lot like crepes, but they're filled with many different types of food and like ham and bacon or apples, and they can be sweet and savory, but they're also mainly eaten for dinner. Any other questions?
It's my understanding that Amsterdam is a pretty liberal city.
Yes.
Is it true that prostitution is allowed in Amsterdam and there's like a red light district?
Yes, there is a red light district, and prostitution is also still legal there. And if you're a tourist, you can go and visit it and go into, I guess, the brothels, and you can see naked women and windows and around there. And now it's not seen as the best by a lot of American people, but people still go to visit to
Have you
experience
been
it. No, I have not.
And also, it's my understanding that you can go to these coffee shops and smoke marijuana or hashish or eat
Yeah,
brownies or something with marijuana in it.
yeah.
Is
There
that
are.
something you'd recommend doing?
I personally cannot say from experience, but if that is your choice, it is. They can be found in endless amounts of places. They're all over Amsterdam, and if you're over 18, then you are welcome to go